So right now I don't want this, nor I want this. I'll just pass a static EJS file here. So here I'm going to type a div of class equals showcase. Alright, and I'm actually writing these classes because later on I'll add CSS, alright, in order to style this stuff. And I'm going to type h1 that says welcome to Express, and I'm going to add a span tag with a class of green text. And inside that I'm going to say diary. Let's create a p tag and say a simple application made with Express here. And let's create a p tag that says record your daily life. And let's also add an anchor tag. For the href, I'm just going to leave it as it is for now. And here I'm going to say open your Express diary. Alright, let's save that for now. And okay, let's check that out. And there you have it. Okay, now let's close this up. Now let's do the same thing for about page also. So let me create another file here that says about.ejs. Alright, and let me copy everything that's there right here in our home and paste that in our about.ejs. Okay, and here I'm gonna say about, here I'm gonna say Express diary, and then a simple app made with Express. And instead of this anchor tag, let me add a p tag that says version 1.0. Alright, so that will be our about page. If I refresh it and go to about, okay, oh yeah, that's because in our app.js I've said res.send about. Alright, so instead of this we're gonna say res.render. Alright, now instead of home I'm gonna say about. Save that and let's refresh it again, and there you go. And this is how we actually use templating engines and display it in the browser. So now here I want to show you one thing, which is in both our home.ejs and about.ejs we have added this doc type HTML head and all this stuffs, right? And the same thing goes right here. So every time we add an create an EJS file, we'll need to add this stuffs. Now I don't want to add this stuffs again and again every time we create a new EJS file. Okay, so what I'm going to do is add this in a separate file and just call that file right here. Okay, this way you don't need to, every time you create EJS, you don't need to code all this stuff. You just need to add the file which contains this right here. Okay, so in our views I'm going to create a folder and I'm going to say layout. Alright, and inside that layout I'm going to create two files. One is the header.ejs and another one will be footer.ejs. Alright, as the name suggests, header.ejs contains let's say from here to here, okay, till body. Let's cut that and add it in our header.ejs. Save that. And footer.ejs contains this much. Okay, there we go. So now our header.ejs has this code right here, and footer.ejs has this code right here. So what I'm going to do is, in our home.ejs, I'm going to call those two files. Now in EJS, the way you do that is by this. Again, you need to open bracket and ampersand, close it like this. Now if you want to add a file, now previously if you wanted to add a data, we used equal to sign, right? Now if you want to add a file, you don't use equal to sign, instead you use hyphen. All right, and we're going to say include. All right, and inside a bracket and inside the single quote, we are going to locate the file which we are going to include. All right, so which is this header file. So right now we are inside this home.ejs, so we need to go inside the layouts folder, and inside that we have header. All right, you don't need to add .ejs. all right, and the same thing goes for footer also. Instead of this header, I'm gonna say footer and save that. So let's refresh this and go to our home page. Alright, so I'm getting an error. It's saying no such file or directory, open c/header. Oh, that's because, alright, instead of the slash we need to add /. Alright, because // means the folder that you're in. Okay, so if you save this up and refresh this page, and there you go. If I say Control U and view the source code, now still you have this top section, which is the header and your footer. All right, that's because we included our headers and footers right here. Okay, this way every time you create an EJS file, you don't have to recode everything up. All right, you just include the parts and it will make things more easier. And let's do the same thing in our about.ejs as well. Let's remove this and let's add a bracket and an ampersand. Let's close that like this, and let's add a hyphen and say include, and in our single quotes we're going to say /layout/header. Copy this, and here instead of header we're going to say footer. Alright, and if I go to /about, there you go. Okay, so this is how you add templating engines in your Express applications. Alright, and this is how you can actually divide little bits of stuff and then include it in your EJS file. Also, we learned how you can display data and send data in EJS. So and there are a few things also which we'll learn later on as we create the application.